question was about how do I get to tattoos?
Yeah, and the hair and all that good stuff. You were talking about
I just saw this man at my gym, and he was a good-looking guy with all these tattoos, and he's playing earth, earth, fire, wind, water. So all these symbols, and so I got very intricate with it. Took me hours, to draw. I mean, of course it's loose. You can't. It's not great light here, but
no, you can definitely see it.
Wind
on his bottom leg.
Chinese or Japanese art too. The way they sometimes. And this was. I forgot what clay I used. I think I started using Hagi on this mid-fire clay, and then so I have a whole series. I did a bunch of them. They're in boxes in my storage unit and stuff. And,
I love the group of them together. They look like friends.
Yeah, they go well together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. It's fascinating. And so anyway, then here's I get cat heads with black and white, and I got simpler. This is more recent. I don't know if the color isn't so hot, but it's a totem.
Oh yeah, there's more of that pattern.
Yeah, I love pattern, and I have fun with it. Like with the tattoo people, I was more restrictive. I had to like follow the body, and so with the patterns and things, I have more fun.
Yeah.
And then here, this is a more recent piece. I like this piece a lot. It's a big.
Now remind me, is this one also Hagi clay?
Yeah, it's a Hagi, a cone 5 porcelain, and white clay. And sometimes I put white glaze and put the color on top. And then this is like an underglaze with clear.
Okay. So the Hagi clay is just it's just a brand, a type of clay.
The clay I use. I love. I've been using their clays, and so I've been switching from low fire to. I had trouble with the clay. I prefer the higher fire now. It's easy for me. So I bought.
And the higher fire means it's just hotter and stronger, and basically these pieces can live outside if you so wish.
Well, this could survive in California, but I wouldn't put it in Chicago. But
okay, understood.
But I wouldn't put this outside. I don't know. It's but then I have a lot of patterns. But I have anyway. This is a stoneware cone 5. It's all. I was trying different clays. So this is like doesn't have a clear glaze on top. It's more of a working clay. It's got a lot of texture, but it was interesting work. It's a sculpture clay. And then
that's great.
The cat. Yeah, I like the head. I have fun with it. You see, I let my imagination go. That was the fun of it. And then
can you tell us a little bit about the heads, the choice of heads in your work?
Well, it's always been a vehicle. I could do I'll go in my studio, I'll come back to the totem, my storeroom. You'll see all the heads. It's crazy. But anyway, I have
a head for everyone.
Heads and cats. Yeah, I have an emerging artist, with the hand up in front, coming from the grave. That's
okay.
And then a lot of this, I had a big show at the Beatricewood Center for the Arts, and it was a bunch of. You could see it online at. It's in Ojai. She was a national treasure, lived to 104, and I was honored. I had the first one-person show at Beatricewood. It was great. It was like a mystical experience. It was so incredible. I had a show at the Craft Music. It was then CAFAM. I had a show with Frank Romero in the shop, and Kevin Wallace, the director, saw my work, and he invited me. So that was a big honor. I mean, and then I got to go up. I'd go up there all the time, and I even got, when I had my show, I got to use her glazes. It was like working in her studio. But but you can see it, it's 2006. It's a long time
Mhm.
ago. But it was heads on heads. And I had paintings, a lot of paintings. And, you know, I went still with the patterns. So the reason was it's a good vehicle. It's an easy shape. You know, you can paint on it. I'm not into like very detailed. You know, it's another print. You can also, it's hard to see online. You can see at home.
Right.
But,
Yes, that's a great print.
But anyway, there's another mosaic in my kitchen. You know.
I love the way that the pattern translates to a mosaic. From a ceramic to a painting to a mosaic, you really keep the patterns living all together, and the color palette is so similar too.
Yeah, I just was addicted to bright colors. I still am, but I'm tending to be more disciplined, like you'll see in the studio. I'm trying to use less, because sometimes less is more, especially with sculpture. You can see a whole thing more easily. It depends, but well, anyway, here I did more heads. I had all the windows, the whole store. And this was from 1991, right after the riots. I did heads. You know, it's about interaction, people confronting each other without masks.
Yes, it's very confrontational.
Yeah, and I did prints on that. So I did a whole series, and again with the heads and patterns. And
that on the left, that's Beatrice Wood's Glaze, right?
Yes, this is right straight out of her bottle. I was like,
so...
it was such an honor. I was in her studio. I unscrewed this bottle. It was like 15 years old, the glaze sitting there, and I got to use it and use her kilns and everything. It was amazing. It was amazing. I had done this piece at home and I brought it, you know. And
like using Picasso's paintbrush or Mick Jagger's guitar.
She was a wonder. I had met her before. I had gone up there a few, you know, when she was about 100, and I had no clue I was going to show there. I was funny, you know. She was there with her Indian friend, and I'd say something in English, and he'd repeat it because it was kind of a Woody Allen-ish moment. But I guess she couldn't hear, but it was great. And then her attorney was one of my collectors, Susan Gross. So anyway. I had no clue about it, but it was lovely meeting her. So
I love how stripped down those pieces are.
Pardon me?
Showing the opposite side of, you know, of your spectrum. I love how stripped down those pieces are.
Well, this is just her glaze, and this is what I mean when you use one color, it's more cohesive, easier. But this is the kind of glaze that has a lot of orange in it, and I love it. But this is a reduction glaze. I don't have reduction. You need a special kiln. And she used to throw mothballs and things. This was done with a gas kiln. I have electric, so I can't do
electric. Okay.
But anyway, move on.
Does one of them get hotter than the other? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. What's the difference between a gas kiln and an electric kiln?
Okay, gas, they use gas.
Right.
And you have to open and close it more. And it's not really, I mean, I live in a residential neighborhood, and you probably need special codes for it.
Okay.
You know, and it's harder to work with for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's with the gas opening and shutting. And so a gas kiln, you can do oxidation and reduction. I don't do reduction in my electric kiln. You can ruin your kiln. She used to throw mothballs and things into electric kilns, Beatrice Wood, and she would ruin her kilns. That's what, you know, I know. I know somebody used to fix it, but you know, it was very toxic too. It's not allowed. But anyway, you lower the temperature, but I don't do that. I do oxidation, and just goes, the temperature goes up. I'm lucky I have a computer, So I'm showing my big cat before I get to the colored totem. I don't want to forget my orange kitty cat. But anyway, this was a stoneware.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, it's a size thing. But anyway, this more important is the totem. I did 2 totems. I showed at BG Gallery, and I had done one before, quite a few years ago, and my collector Nancy LaRue has it. So, which is lovely. So anyway, this is stoneware.
And how tall is it?
It's about a little over 6 feet.
Taller than me.
6 feet. It's not huge. I didn't want to make them so huge. At this moment, you need help when you have a huge. So it's the cone 10, and I use out of the bottle glazes from Spectrum Glaze. And with the COVID, I had to call directly to Canada because it's hard to get supplies now, even. But so many ceramic places were closed, but they're open again,
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So this is on a steel base. It's got a steel pole. So I could go outside now, I guess.
Yeah, let's go take a look at your studio.
Yeah.
Please.
It'll be exciting. My laundry room. And here's my backyard. I'm very lucky to have my backyard. And,
Absolutely.
Very good. I'm very lucky. So I could start with my storage unit or just go straight to the studio. I guess.
Let's look at your studio.
Yeah. Eager. Anyway,
here's your blue totem. Oh, and then the kiln.
Yeah, that's my electric kiln. It's a Scud and it's automatic. It's computerized, so I don't have to get up in the middle of the night and turn it up or like a dream.
Okay.
I mean, technical thing, but anyway, I'm having issues with the top, and it's going to have a bird on top. I'm going to see Dr. Robbie at Hollywood Sculpture Garden. So this is hope go on top.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, but I'm having trouble. I have to figure out. I may just have to add a piece. But this is all. I kept the palette, blue and white. I kept more limited in colors because the last one had more colors. So I like it. It's I still have the pattern, but it's more cohesive.
It's such a striking palette. Just the blue and the white. It's so striking. It really catches your eye.
No, I'm very happy about it, and I didn't know exactly what to expect. I did test tiles. I'll show you my test tiles in a little bit. But like this is, it's multi-faced. You could see. I don't know. It's kind of dark, maybe. I have faces. Some have back faces. Some don't.
Okay.
And but it's a steel base. It's galvanized steel, and I like it. And here I did test tiles, which are very important when you're creating something.
Yeah, so, because the colors change once they're baked, right?
And I wasn't really sure how it was coming out. Sometimes but it worked. The test tiles, and then I used these glazes. So I'm starting to get more defined. Like when I'm doing more test tiles for even other lower glazes. Like here, I never did that before, but I need them, to work.
Yeah.
And then this is I've been working with these you know, when I'm doing the totems at different stages, I stick the heads on. I'm getting, I have to order more clay. This is my dog commission I'm doing for my, here's the doggy, you know. So,
you got the dog's head shape. It's so
yeah,
on point.
yeah. Jax and Abby. I think this is Jax, yeah. And then it's going to be all white. And then this is another one. This is the dog, but I had issue, you know, I'm going to make this is a Hoggy porcelain, but I used a lot of texture on this one. So I'm setting up to glaze here. This is my, now, you know, I hand build here too, but the next thing is glazing. I have to do one thing at a time when I work. I have to do hand building or I have to do glazing. I cannot, it's too messy. So, and confusing. So I'm focusing on glazing now.
I was going to mention how clean your studio looks. That is just,
well,
I mean, you know, without like the splatters all over the floor and all over the wall, your studio is impeccable.
You should have seen me yesterday.
I mean, yes, you cleaned it, but even so.
Actually, it was good for me to clean up. I feel much more, you know, together. I'm always, you know, organizing, cleaning. It's like when Sam Francis wanted to paint, he got real sterile and put it, you know, it cleans your mind. And no, I'm happy to do it. You know, you can see things. I'm not like Francis Bacon, who, you know, was a big slob. I mean, a studio, and but he did such genius work. But you know, everybody has their own thing. But so this is the first one, but it looked like a person. So the first one.
Oh yeah, it does. It does look like a person, a little bit like an old man.
I had trouble doing dogs because I was so used to making the shape of cats with the flat. So it was like I was stuck on cats. I wanted to make
Kind of
cats.
forget the snout area.
It's funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
But some of these more cats that have to be repaired. So this is my glazes. You know, this is concept colors, and this is other kind of glazes. I use velvet underglazes, and then glaze, Amico. And then I've been trying different glazes. There are for low fire glazes. There are low fire glazes, high fire glazes, and then there are glazes you can use for all things, which are the best. So
this is one of your Aphrodite pieces, right? The red.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I have issues with this clay, so I have to do new bases and repair it. It cracked like 3 years later. It was so I don't like that clay anymore. It's too horrible for me. I can't stand. So I'm doing new bases, and I have to repair a few things.
Okay.
And but that was exciting. I mean, they look good. They look good.
Yeah, they do.
And but this is a low fire clay. It's like
I love that there's a 3D impression rather than just painting on this shape, rather than painting on this form. You created a 3D almost bas relief of Aphrodite's body, which I think is so cool. I think that's probably, you know, something that really sets you apart from a lot of other ceramicists, is the fact that you have this actual figure emerging from your clay.
Yeah, I love doing that. In fact, I'm going to do a totem. I saw this amazing thing. Anna Mahler at a Hammer, UCLA Sculpture Garden, and she had like a big totem, you know, a limestone, but there was relief, and you know, it was. I like, you know, it's wonderful to do relief, you know, but I also like the graphic. But it's good to you know, to do both. So this is a lot of other work I have. I know it's hard to see. This is my storage unit too. I have so much work that I have, that's another tattoo one. I did black and white, a lot of black and white. That's a Hoggy mid-fire. This was, I was thinking of Henry Moore, when
I
did.
love that piece. It reminds me of Mary Cassatt.
Oh, really? It's so sweet.
Yeah, Mary Cassatt, mother and child.
Well, it's interesting because I did the shape and then I drew on it. It was like unconscious. So I didn't know what I was going to draw on it. I just did a face.
Yeah.
And then I added that on the back. Couldn't resist. So that was 2015. And then like this piece, I just added a bird. It needed something, bird-like colors.
It needed a bird.
This was like my first big tattoo woman. She won a big prize at Ink and Clay.
Oh, look at that. Is that a skull on her side? Yeah.
Yeah, she won. She's very big. I had to do it in parts, and then I had to glue it because my kiln is only goes up to 25 inches to fire
Okay.
height. So I had to glue. Some people are so lucky to have huge kilns or have access. And then another amorphous shape I made. Kind of a heavy set woman with a head. And then
well, it's so interesting that you don't often set out to create a specific piece, that you let the clay speak to you and tell you what to create. I think that's really an interesting impulse.
yeah, I love doing that. It's more freeing,
Absolutely.
It's when I do the tattoo people and stuff, it's more difficult. But no, I love that. But like I'm doing commissions for the dog, so I have to kind of keep, But it's a learning curve. You learn everything.
Yeah.
So and then I work in my studio, and then like I have things to work on. I have a bunch of different things to work on, and have to finish different pieces. I started Houdini, and I got to finish him.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was a magician, so I drew on this. I have to add the chains and things. Houdini.
That's great.
He was upside down. He was a handsome dude.
Oh, and there he is upside down. Okay.
But I have to add the chains, so I have to. And here he was amazing. So I have to.
Yeah.
I got a paint to do the silver. So I'll take you to my storage unit. Another storage. I have even more, but overwhelming. Okay, so here's more paintings from the past. I have 2 rooms, my second bedroom in the house, and then I have this storage unit from work from, when I was 16 or whatever. 25.
It's
so
all
I have,
important.
I did, again, I don't know where to start. Here's another beetress wood glaze.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's the
That
same.
one's fascinating.
I did a big vessel, and yeah, I love it. So, then I did teapots. I tried, I was hand building. They're not functional at all, but I had fun. I did grandfather teapots, and
Yeah.
my grandfather was a magician. I sold a couple of magician teapots.
Well, I love that you're having fun with it. I think that's really important too. I know there are a lot of artists out there. There are a lot of people out there who tend to believe in the tortured artist characterization, and it's so nice to come across somebody who just goes, well, I'm just going to have fun with it and do whatever I want. And I think that's one of the best things about your practice.
Well, it keeps me sane. I can't do my stuff has a twist. It's more upbeat. I can't do dark. It's too. I can't handle it. I like the joy. Like Matisse. I like joyful things. This was like a breaking up thing. This one I did years ago.
Joyful things, as I show you with painting about a breakup.
Yeah, probably was a good thing, but a real joyful. Here.
It was a freeing experience.
Here's a
That's
on
another
herself.
Aphrodite.
Yeah, she was leaning on herself. And then I did Klimt. I saw a Klimt show at the time too, so I got all excited about it. As they say, I got for Klimt.
Okay.
Anyway, anyway.
Thank you so much for showing us this. I'm going to open it up now to any questions we might have. Linda, if you have any anecdotes you want to share with us, but please feel free. I'm going to unmute everybody. So now you get to do whatever you want. And please feel free to ask any questions that come up, if you want to point anything out or just say hello, please feel free to do so.
Well, I would like to say thank you for showing us this joyful art because we really need it at this time. With so much negativity and, you know, people being sick. So it's been a lovely little respite this afternoon to see this. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Anybody else out there?
No
Okay.
questions.
Hi, it's Gay Summer.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Gay.
Just wanted to say also, echo the sentiment from Cynthia. Such a joy to visit you in your studio. Thank you so much. I am a huge fan of your work, as you know.
Yes,
And
thank you.
yeah, just brings so much joy to particularly quarantine moments. So thank you.
Well, thank you. You know, it keeps me sane doing my work too. It gives me a lot of joy, you know, when I do the work. I'm happy to have it. That's great. So, no other questions or?
Okay. Well, I really want to thank you, Linda, for taking the time to chat with us this afternoon and to show us your whole little world over there. It really has been such a joy to see what brings you joy. So thank you so much for showing us around, letting us in. I am going to put my email at the bottom of this chat. So if anybody is if anybody has something they want to bring up, but they want to bring it up privately, also completely fine with me. So here is my email. I'm Alex. Okay, it's going to let me type now. Alex at BG. And I would love to get your thoughts or share with you more of the work if you'd like. But thank you so much for joining us all this afternoon. And everybody stay safe and healthy and sane and all of those things. And I hope to see you all again soon.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
Linda. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Pleasure.